Welcome to the Litigation Podcast Series. This podcast will address autonomous vehicles by James J. Franklin, attorney at law. Mr. Franklin is a member of the Litigation, Transportation Distribution and Logistics, and Personal Injury Law Groups at McNees.
If you've driven a newer car recently, almost assuredly you've driven a car that has a significant amount of autonomous technology built into it. I think we as a society are almost numb to the technology available to us now because it's so commonplace. Because it's commonplace, I often get questions now such as, if one of those vehicles is involved in an accident and it's not the driver's fault but it's because the technology failed, what happens? What does a lawsuit look like? Well, that's an interesting question, and the answer really is evolving. Let me explain. Now, there are self-driving cars out there, fully self-driving cars, fully autonomous vehicles, but they're rare, they're still being developed, and they're not widely available to the public. What are available are vehicles that have elements of autonomy in them. We're talking about lane assist technology, crash avoidance technology, adaptive cruise control. This technology controls the vehicle in some circumstances and can even override the human driver's input in some circumstances. So what happens if there's a car accident? Who's responsible? Well, since cars were developed, first invented, the question's been relatively straightforward. It's what driver or drivers acted improperly? Who ran the red light? Who was speeding? Who ran the stop sign? Now, figuring that out can be more difficult, but the question itself is relatively simple. Now, if you have a vehicle, though, that has autonomous technology, it's a little more complex. Generally, though, the law hasn't really kept up with the changes in technology. Therefore, you're still most likely to see nowadays a simple negligence lawsuit. It's a lawsuit alleging that the driver could have or should have done something differently, that the driver still had the responsibility to control his or her vehicle. The more interesting situation, though, is coming in the near future. What happens when the vehicle is fully autonomous? When, in the near future, there may not even be a steering wheel in the vehicle? What happens then if that vehicle causes a car accident? Well, the answer is you may not have a negligence lawsuit blaming the driver. You may have a products liability lawsuit. That is alleging that the manufacturer of the car, the manufacturer of the technology, the company that or person that installed the software or the technology, that they're responsible by putting a dangerous or unsafe or unreliable product into the marketplace. Now, that would be a significant change because a negligence lawsuit and a products liability lawsuit are two very different animals, different elements, different defenses, different burdens of proof. So it'll be interesting to see how the law evolves with technology, how it tries to catch up and keep up with technology. Here at McNees, the litigation and personal injury groups regularly monitor for changes involving the automobile industry. If you would like more information on this topic, please contact me using the information on the screen.